Here's your news for May 8th, 2020. And your headlines for today include a possible spoiler on a huge WWE Money in the Bank spot, WWE cutting Money in the Bank ladder match to air throughout the pay-per-view, a huge shift in WWE Money in the Bank betting odds, AJ Styles says there's unfinished business with The Undertaker, why Otis was speared by WWE security, Seth Rollins says he has unfinished business with a WWE Hall of Famer, returned WWE wrestler receiving a major push once again, and more. We are starting today with news from the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, as there will apparently be a massive spot in the iconic ladder match. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there will be a huge fall during the match, one that Vince McMahon demonstrated himself. The report reads, "There have been descriptions from people who were aware of the taping of Vince McMahon showing whoever it was supposed to go off the top that they had set it up safely and he demonstrated it." Becky Lynch recently praised the boss and mentioned seeing the CEO jump off of a tower at the pay-per-view tapings, and it's always impressive to see the 74-year-old risk his own body for entertainment. Speaking of Money in the Bank, there's recently been some confusion over just how long the two simultaneous matches will take, but now it's been revealed that the company plans to cut up the match and air it throughout the night. This should allow the company to do a lot with the idea, and on PW Insider Elite Audio, Mike Johnson explained how the match will be presented, saying, "The concept I was told is it's gonna kinda be like that episode of Impact where they had people brawling all over the place for the hour. It's gonna start with, this is happening at the Titan Tower, and we're gonna kinda see an overview of what's going on there, and they're gonna do scenes with picture-in-picture with scenes of what's going on." It was also noted that this could be similar to the backlot brawl between Roddy Piper and Goldust at WrestleMania 12, and this strategy should keep fans interested and updated throughout the show. We've got more news from Money in the Bank next, as after AJ Styles returned on this week's Raw to capture the final spot in the men's ladder match, he also changed the betting odds in a big way. Prior to the Phenomenal One's return, Aleister Black was the odds-on favorite, but that position now goes to Styles, who is listed with 4 to 5 odds, according to BetOnline. In the opposite end of things, Otis is the least likely to walk away with the coveted briefcase, as he has 14 to 1 odds. For the women's side of things, Shayna Baszler is the favorite with 2 to 3 odds, while Nia Jax isn't too far behind her with 1 to 3 odds. These odds may have been influenced by WWE potentially spoiling that a Raw woman will win the briefcase, and it's SmackDown's Carmella, former Miss Money in the Bank herself, who has the lowest odds at 10 to 1. It'll be interesting to see who walks away with the briefcases, as this year's pay-per-view will be the most unique Money in the Bank event in history. Though Styles may be the favorite, the Phenomenal One hasn't forgotten about the Boneyard match against The Undertaker and took to the bump this week to speak about it. On the show, Styles said that the match allowed himself and the Deadman to show a different side to themselves, saying, "Not only is the Money in the Bank match unique, but the Boneyard match was unique. It was different, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I can't take credit for the situation we were in. We were in a position to have an unbelievable encounter, Undertaker and I. Situations are what they are, and again, you take advantage of them." Styles also went on to say that he's not sure he even lost, as there was no referee present, and added, "Maybe I got some dirt thrown on me, but that doesn't mean I lost. Unfinished business? Absolutely. If I ever have the chance to get my hands on The Undertaker, no problem. Well, obviously there's a problem, but I'm looking forward to it." Given that The Undertaker doesn't come around often, it may be some time before Styles gets his revenge, though perhaps the pair will have an actual match next time they share the ring. We've got even more news from AJ Styles now, as though he returned to WWE TV on this week's Raw, it wasn't exactly what fans were hoping for. Appearing on his Mixer stream, Styles addressed the lack of creativity in returning after being buried alive, as he said, "I've heard people talk about saying, well, I mean, you just kinda wasted it. AJ Styles was buried alive and he could have come back as a different character, in a different mood, a different look. Something different about AJ Styles. He came back and he was exactly the same as before he got buried. I'm with you." The Phenomenal One went on to say that he wishes that his return could have been different, as he revealed, "I wish we could have waited." He said, "I think if times would have been different, that would have been something that we went with." In that same stream, Styles theorized that he was brought back to beef up the Money in the Bank card, saying, "I think circumstances had a lot to do with AJ Styles coming back when he did. Maybe we need some more star power in that match." Whatever the reason is, Styles will join Daniel Bryan, Aleister Black, Rey Mysterio, Otis, and King Corbin in the men's Money in the Bank match this Sunday, and will be hell-bent on coveting the briefcase that will earn him a shot at the very same title he last held in November 2018. Before we get to WWE's pay-per-view this Sunday, fans have SmackDown on Fox tonight, which will see the return of Jeff Hardy. In recent weeks, WWE have been airing a multi-part retrospective on the charismatic enigma that has led to Sheamus giving Michael Cole a hard time over Hardy. Hyping up tonight's return, Jeff sent out a tweet saying he looks forward to seeing Sheamus face-to-face, as the Irishman has said he plans on showing up too. It's possible that WWE could book Jeff vs. Sheamus for the pay-per-view this Sunday, as having the last-minute addition with two former world champions would certainly attract more attention. We are taking a look at NXT next, as reigning champion Adam Cole made some huge claims after his win this week. After retaining the title against Velveteen Dream, Cole propositioned the title should be renamed. As he said, "I've beaten everybody there is to beat, and so I think it's about time we retire this championship and name it the Adam Cole Championship. That would be appropriate." Cole then took to Twitter, claiming to be the greatest NXT champion ever, and it's hard to dispute his claims given his record-setting reign. Defeating Johnny Gargano on June 1st last year, Cole has held the title for over 340 days, and it doesn't look like the Undisputed Era member plans on losing the Adam Cole Championship anytime soon. From NXT to SmackDown now, and we've got some big news about Otis, as with his recent push and on-screen relationship with Mandy Rose, it seems his tag team with Tucker is over. According to a report by Ringside News, the Master of the Caterpillar is a singles star now, and while he is sharing the screen with the Golden Goddess, Heavy Machinery appears to be finished. Tucker hasn't appeared on WWE TV in weeks, not even as support for Otis, and with Money in the Bank this Sunday, Tucker still hasn't emerged, but remains supportive of Otis on social media. It's also been previously reported that Vince McMahon himself is overseeing everything related to Otis at the moment, though there's no mention of if the boss is interested in Tucker. Time will tell whether Otis and Tucker do anything together down the line, but as of right now, Otis is a single star and focused on capturing the briefcase this Sunday. Speaking of Otis, fans know that he is in an on-screen relationship with Mandy Rose, but his peach isn't the only blonde bombshell to capture his heart. While speaking to Digital Spy, Otis explained that when he attended a WWE live event as a kid, he tried to slap Trish Stratus's hand, but given that he was a 200-pound fifth grader, was tackled to the floor by security, who mistook him for an adult. That wasn't a total loss for the future superstar though, as he explained. "After that spear from the guard, we got first-row tickets, so it all happened for a reason. I've never told Trish that story in person. It's hard for me to talk to her as a lady I've watched for years in the sports entertainment world. It would be a good way for me to express, without really talking to her in person." Perhaps one day Otis will be able to tell Trish this story, as while we're confident he wasn't the only person speared by security over the Canadian, he's clearly the only WWE superstar to come forward with this kind of story so far. From SmackDown to Raw now, as Seth Rollins was recently interviewed by Alex McCarthy of Talk Sport ahead of his title match against WWE Champion Drew McIntyre this Sunday. McCarthy tweeted an excerpt from the interview that'll be released this Sunday and revealed that Rollins wants to face Edge, saying that the Architect believes that there is unfinished business from this year's Royal Rumble and from when he threatened to cripple him on Raw in late 2014. Adding that he feels there's a good story to be told, time will tell whether Rollins and Edge collide in the ring, though we do know that the Rated R superstar will be back this Monday. Some fans thought it was a mistake when WWE aired an old promo featuring Edge on this week's Raw, but the company clarified on Twitter that both Edge and Randy Orton will be on the show. With the Viper around, Edge will have to watch his back, but may want to keep an eye out for the Monday Night Messiah as well. While Edge, Rollins, and Orton have all held Money in the Bank, one man who won't is Apollo, who was pulled from the ladder match with a kayfabe injury. WWE has a few options for him now, and it was noted in The Observer that there are some pushing for him to join MVP's new stable with Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne, while others are saying he'd make a fine heel on his own. At this point in his career, anything different would be a positive for Cruz, who has gone underutilized for years, and giving him a chance to be a heel could allow him to show what he's capable of. Speaking of people who won't be President Money in the Bank, Roman Reigns hasn't been on TV since he pulled out of WrestleMania, and this has led to some issues for Vince McMahon. Recently, the company has been editing Reigns out of footage like WrestleMania 31 and the Make-A-Wish video, but according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Vince McMahon's attitude towards Reigns is pretty inconsistent. They wrote, "We're told the reaction by Vince McMahon regarding Reigns and how to handle the situation changes daily based on which way the wind is blowing, which is why one day they show him beating Triple H on SmackDown, then they edit him off of Raw, then they do a Make-A-Wish thing and have no clips of him, then they do an investment conference and Vince McMahon never says his name, and then they have a 1-hour special on him on FS1. While fans won't be seeing Roman on TV, the former Universal Champion remains active on social media, and recently shared an image of his family having fun and staying safe in the pool. There's currently no way to tell how long Reigns will be gone for, and hopefully the current global situation will end soon so Reigns can be 100% confident about going to work. One man who did return recently was Jinder Mahal, and it looks like the modern-day Maharaja could be in for a big push after a lengthy injury layoff. On Dropkick Discussions, Tom Colohue said that Mahal could be due for a push because of WWE's international relationships, saying, "There is a huge new TV deal that WWE have going on in India, and they want to push someone who appeals to that market. So Jinder Mahal, whether he's getting championship opportunities or not, he is definitely going to be pushed hard." Colohue also added that though Mahal gets tremendous heat from fans just for being pushed, this will be more difficult without a crowd, so it'll be interesting to see if he takes on his former 3MB bandmate Drew McIntyre down the line. We are taking a break from the ring now as WWE and A&E Studios have announced a new series titled The Quest for Lost WWE Treasures. Hosted by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, the WWE Power Couple will lead a team of collectors, active superstars, and legends as they investigate, negotiate, and attempt to purchase some of the rarest WWE collectibles on 10 one-hour episodes. The show will also give viewers an exclusive look at the WWE's archives, which holds some of the company's treasures, from Andre the Giant's boots to Vince McMahon's cement-filled limousine. This isn't the first time that WWE Studios have worked with A&E, as the network previously greenlit 5 biographies on legends, including Booker T, Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Shawn Michaels. There's no shortage of historic wrestling artifacts out there, so if you've got a spare Undertaker urn around the house, you may just get a call from The Game and Stephanie. And finally today we're ending with news from Lana, who took to YouTube to say that Rusev deserved to be fired. Claiming that the Bulgarian is misogynistic, the ravishing Russian brought up the cold fish segment, before twisting the Rusev Day catchphrase into Lana Millennium. Of course, this is all in character as the pair are happily married in real life, but it's certainly interesting to see Lana work this real-life situation into her character.